Hey, it's Keith with Concierge Tax Relief, Concierge Tax VIP as well, co-branded. This is just to share with you how you can tell whether you're talking to a scammer or the actual IRS when somebody calls and says, "Hey, it's the IRS and you owe us a bunch of money." So, how do you tell the difference? Well, first off, scammers, they don't wait for tax season. They operate year round and they prey on people's confusion, fear, sense of urgency. And who knows, maybe you just happen to owe some money. But what these people are doing is they're actually impersonating IRS agents. They may send you threatening messages, and generally they just try to prey on people's ignorance. So, here's how to quickly tell if this really is the IRS or just one more scam. So first off, we need to think about texts, emails, social media. Well, if it's coming to you through any of those mediums, it's not the IRS, generally speaking. The only exception to that is that the IRS will send you text messages if you've opted in to receive them. It's if there's no opt-in, then you're not going to get a message from the IRS. It's somebody else. So be skeptical there. So letters and notices, those are always the IRS's first step. So real IRS contact, it starts with that physical letter that you're supposed to get in your mailbox. And if you have mailbox issues, I would recommend you sign up, go to irs.gov to sign up for your own personal account if you don't have one. It's very easy. It may take a little bit of time to get confirmation. Have your most recent or a fairly recent tax return handy to verify personal information. It's actually you that's trying to set up the account because they will ask. You can cross check whatever letters they have in their file, or if you think you're missing a letter, you can find it in there because it will be in that actual area in your portal. You can also cross-check it against official samples. So if something looks a little bit off compared to what you can Google, then something's not right. It could be that they changed the format, but that's generally not done. They tend to stick with the same general format, layout, headers, footers, um, margins, all that fun stuff. So just be aware. You can also contact the IRS directly, verify, and if for some reason you're getting contacted by a private collection agency, the notice is actually going to include something called a taxpayer authentication number, and that's actually going to match your IRS issued CP40 notice. And the CP40 is them telling you, oh, we've assigned your tax due over to a collection agency, so expect to be hearing from them. They've used that, and it's a tool for them to help them collect. Another thing that you could look at, if you're receiving a phone call, it is possible that you could get a phone call from the IRS, but it is rare unless it's something that's been pre-directed or something that you personally authorized regarding a specific matter. So, but generally speaking, when they do, they're going to open up with their information, and there's some things that they actually won't do. That's what you can see. So see is indicators. They're not going to leave threatening, aggressive, rude voice messages. They're not going to demand payment through strange means like prepaid cards, gift cards, digital wallets. None of that. They're not set up for that, and they wouldn't do it anyway. They deal with money. Um, so one of the other situations is if you're getting called out of the blue without some sort of prior notice, like a letter, because there's already going to be a letter, and they're going to be following up on that. There may be several letters before they actually get around to attempting to call you. Sometimes historically they've done in-person visits where they will come to your front door and they'll knock and they'll say, "Hi, I'm John Smith from the IRS. Here's my card. I want to set up some time that we can talk." That's largely been phased out, especially right now. We're in July 15th, 2025, when I'm recording this, and they've been subject to a lot of reduction in service, reduction in force. Um, Limitations. So in practice, it's very rare that they can do that. They'll typically single people out, and they generally will not conduct a full meeting on the spot when they do, unless you specifically request it, and most people don't. So they want to prepare, they want to have some time, and the IRS knows that, and it would be inappropriate of them to demand it right there then. So at the end of it all, if it feels that they're trying to convey a sense of urgency, they're being inordinately aggressive and demanding, or it just feels weird, then it's not the IRS. So stay skeptical. Scammers rely on your fear and your confusion. And any of the few quick checks that I told you about on to your online portal, setting one up, I would recommend you do. Those are going to be very helpful to be able to just to ferret these things out. Um, and that will keep your identity in your wallet a lot safer. So if you do need help, this is the shameless pitch, then you can always feel free to reach out to Concierge Tax Relief. That's me, and myself and my team. And we'll help get your ship righted and find out what's going on, because you this is the most important part. You're always entitled to representation. And if somebody is from the IRS, I need to talk to my accountant. I need to talk to my attorney. I want representation. Those are the only things that you need to say, and they will take notes. They will end the call or the communication while you secure that representation. And we're here to help with that. So thanks for reaching out. Thanks for taking the time here. And yes, phone number 877-776-6829. Thank you very much.